what are you doing out here?
I'm admiring the view. Isn't it wonderful? You know, it reminds me so much of Switzerland and that chalet we shared.
Rebecca, it is cold, it is icy, and it is snowing. You can't even see the scenery. Now, why don't we go back before it starts snowing harder?
Oh, but the real estate agent, did you phone?
I couldn't. The phone was dead.
Well, then, out of courtesy, if nothing else, we have to wait, don't we?
All right. We'll wait a few minutes more, but no longer.
Oh, good. Oh, let's go in then.
Last but not least, 10 dozen highball glasses.
2.
10. T-E-N.
Oh, sorry.
What's the matter with you, anyway?
I just didn't hear you, that's all.
You haven't heard me all night because you're not paying any attention. Why'd you volunteer to help?
I thought you could use the help.
But you're no help, you're just here. Looks to me like you're just looking for an excuse not to talk to Quint.
Well, I should have stayed away from you, that's one thing.
Well, what did I do?
It's what you didn't do.
What didn't I do?
You didn't tell me that you were going on that dig with Quint, the one that I can't go on.
I didn't figure it was any of your business.
Well, I know now. The way that I feel, I just don't know how much longer I can take his lies.
You're making a big deal out of nothing. He didn't lie to you.
He didn't tell me the whole truth. It's the same thing.
It isn't the same
Oh,
thing.
you don't know what you're talking about.
He didn't say he wasn't going with anybody, did he?
He said he wasn't taking any trained archaeologists or assistants.
Bingo, that's me in a nutshell.
Oh, since when are you so hung up on words?
I'm not the one getting hung up on words. You are.
Tony,
What do
you know, you've got to admit that I put up with a lot from him.
He's put up with a lot from you.
Now,
I
let me
figure
finish.
you're even
Let me
on that.
finish. First, it was Helena. Then it's Rebecca. And then it was the work. Tony, the work was the one thing that we shared together. It was the one thing that he didn't share with anybody else but me, and now he's taking that away from me.
Why, because he's taking me on one dig with him? He's not taking that with you.
Since when are you his biggest defender?
I'm not his defender. I just see things differently. The right way. You want to know how I see this thing?
How?
Just got a house full of broads. There's only one person in the whole house he gives a damn about, and that's you. I mean, so he's a little flaky about his work, and this Cartwright broad's holding something over on him. Don't you feel deep down in your heart that you're the only one that makes a difference to him?
Well, maybe you're right.
Come on, you know I'm right. So now, if you ever lost that feeling or you weren't sure about that, I could understand you being over here and not talking to him, but give the guy a break. So he's got one dig he doesn't want you to go on, you know? Let him do things his way. Maybe he knows what he's doing. You know, he told me. So when he gets back, everything's gonna be smooth sailing for you two.
Well, you know, that's all I ever wanted was just the two of us. And the baby to be together. If I ever lost that, I don't know if I could ever forgive him. Not ever.
This is insane, you know that? I mean, we've seen the house. The weather's getting worse, the temperature's dropping, and if we stay here, we're going to freeze to death.
You're making rather a lot of this, aren't you? I think what the pioneers had to endure.
That's why I'm not in the pioneering business, Rebecca. Now, tell me the truth. Did you actually arrange to have this real estate agent come up here or not?
Of course I did. How could you ask such a question? Here I am, honestly trying to find a way to help you out with your situation with Nola, and you accuse me of...
All right. But where the bloody hell is he?
Look, there's a fireplace, and there's wood. Why don't you build a fire? It'll keep you busy, and it'll warm us.
Because we're not going to be here that long. 10 minutes, that's all. 10 minutes more. If no one arrives, we're leaving.
Of course, Quint. Whatever you say.
All right, that's it.
Oh, has it been 10 minutes already?
It's been more than 10 minutes, and you know it. We're leaving.
Oh, Quinton, can't we stay just a little longer? I'd feel so awful if those people drove all the way out here in this weather only to find that we've gone.
Rebecca, no one in his right mind would drive up here in this kind of weather, and I'm not spending the evening or the night in this godforsaken frozen house. Now, either you're coming with me or you'll sit here and freeze to death.
I guess I don't have much choice, do I? All right, just let me pick up my things.
The thing won't start.
I can see that it won't start. I mean, why won't it? After all, aren't all men born with a mechanical sense of cars? Well, it isn't getting any warmer. What are we going to do?
No, it could be wet wires, could be battery connections. I'm not a master mechanic. I don't understand cars fully.
Well, this one's fairly easy to understand. I think it's trying to tell us that we aren't going anywhere tonight.
I wonder what could have happened to it while we were in the house.
Perhaps something froze. Well, I'm freezing. What are we going to do?
I don't know. It is snowing, it is icy, it's too far of a walk, the phone is dead. I'm going to have to look under the bonnet. The engine is still here. Why don't you go into the house?
Well, why don't you come with me? It's obvious you can't fix this thing.
You'd be surprised what I know in an emergency, Rebecca.
Well, why don't you just come inside with me? We can wait there and ride back with the real estate people when they arrive.
We don't even know if they're going to get here. And besides, I don't want to wait that long.
Do you remember that time in Suyon-Brie when you tried to change the tire on the deux chevaux?
Why don't you go into the house and let me worry about this?
Fine. I'll wait inside, and, in about an hour, I'll come out and put a red scarf around your neck and a pipe in your mouth. I'm going.